It's over. Caitriona Balfe drops bomb. Husband Tony McGill divorce her for Intmate with new BF. Shocking announcement. That afternoon, the sky in London was not as dark as usual. But the alarms were ringing in the newsrooms. Clara Byrne confirms divorce from famous music producer Anthony McGill after 12 years of marriage. Rumors that Clara is dating young director Leo Hart. Truth or PR stunt? From elegance queen to betrayer. Clara Byrne faces media storm. Clara sat in the quiet of her penthouse, her laptop still open with her lawyer's email. She had pressed send, the carefully prepared statement, neutral in tone, without blame, without admission. We have parted ways amicably. After many years together, we have realized that we have gone our separate ways. Pleasant, polite, just like Clara always appeared to the media, neat and composed. But the truth is, she cried countless nights. Anthony, the model husband in front of the camera, was cold, indifferent and gradually became a stranger. They lived like two shadows in the same house, no arguments, no more love. She had waited for a spark. But what came was the gentle eyes of Leo Hart, the director 8 years her junior, during the filming in Venice. The man from New Light, Leo was not famous. At least not yet, but he had a deep gaze, and a heart that really listened. During the 4 weeks of filming in Italy, Clara opened up more than she had ever done in 10 years of marriage. They talked about cinema, about loneliness, about things no one dared to admit. There was no kiss. No touching, but it was more dangerous than a love affair. Leo never asked about Anthony. Never suggested that he wanted more. But when the filming ended, and Leo saw Clara off at the airport, he only said one sentence. If one day you get tired of living like a role, live for real. Even if it's just for one day. Divorce, one door, two faces. Clara thought Anthony would be upset. But no, he just coldly signed the papers, saying nothing but one sentence. Finally, I chose to do what I wanted. What hurt her was not the cruelty, but the indifference. They had broken up a long time ago. It was just that no one dared to admit it. The press, of course, did not understand that. Clara was called a disloyal person, a woman looking for a young man, a person who abandoned marriage to chase after temptation. They dug up every photo of her and Leo on set, recreated meaningless details, drawn wrong conclusions. Clara locked her social media. She didn't need to explain herself. She didn't need to play the saint anymore. A midnight call. A week after the divorce announcement, Clara's phone rang at 1 a.m. It was Leo. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have called, but I just wanted to know if you were okay. Clara was silent for a few seconds. Not okay. But for the first time in years, I feel I'm alive. Leo sighed. Then he asked, do you want to meet me? In Barcelona. I'm writing a new script. And there's a character, inspired by you. Clara didn't answer right away. But when the plane took off the next morning, Clara was in the front row, holding an unopened book. Barcelona, the city of no regrets. Clara arrived in Barcelona on a windy afternoon. No paparazzi, no managers, no image protection team, just her, and this warm city, where every alley leads to a song, a kiss, or a memory. Leo picked her up at the hotel gate. It was still him, simple, unpretentious, but with eyes that made people feel truly seen. Are you okay? He asked. Clara nodded. You know, the press calls me all sorts of things, a traitor, a lost woman. Leo smiled, as gentle as a breeze. It doesn't matter what they call me. Only you know who you are. That evening, they sat on the hotel terrace. No touching, no crossing the line, but without having to say it out loud, something very deep had begun to form between them, beyond love. The enemy in the dark. 3 days later, Clara emerged from her hotel room in Barcelona. The front pages of the tabloids exploded, confirmed, Clara Burns secretly dating director Leo Hart in Spain. Clara dumps ex-husband, starts new love. In less than 2 weeks, the news spread like wildfire. Leo's social media accounts were hacked, and he even cancelled his sponsorship deal for the film he was writing. Clara received a call from a representative of the film studio. Clara, we're under pressure from our sponsors. If you continue to publicly contact Leo Hart, we'll be forced to reconsider your next leading role. It was a major film, and a potential Oscar role. Clara was silent for a long time. Can you handle this? She asked Leo. Leo looked at her, unflinching. I've spent my life writing about brave people, Clara. Now it's time for me to become one. Quit to start. Clara returned to London. One last time, she walked into the studio office. Inside were directors, managers, financiers, all of whom looked at her as a commodity that needed adjusting. We understand you're going through a personal crisis, one said, but your image is part of a brand strategy. You need to stop talking to Leo Hart, at least for the duration of the film. Clara looked at him, unblinking. Then she smiled, gently, but also as sharp as a knife. If you need an obedient actress, please find someone else. As for me, I choose the biggest role of my life. To be real, she pulled out of the project. Lost the role, lost the financier, lost her image as a screen goddess in the eyes of some. But that night, Clara stood on her balcony and the phone rang. Leo was calling from Barcelona. I heard you just risked everything for something no one believed in. She smiled, her eyes filling with tears. Not something, but someone.